Still remember the sound of their laughter as the truck pulled away, tires kicking up dust, the sun burning my back. "Kyle!" I screamed, running after them like an idiot. "Kyle!" But they just laughed harder. Brad and Chase hanging out the windows, phones up, filming every second. "Good luck, Lena," Chase shouted. "See you in 300 miles." The gas station was in the middle of nowhere. One pump, a filthy bathroom, a vending machine with chips from last year. My phone died. No charger, no wallet. I'd left everything in the truck when I ran inside to grab Kyle an energy drink. He'd asked so sweetly, "I'm too tired to walk, babe." So I went. And when I came out, they were gone. A single text came through just before the battery died. "Don't be mad, babe. Just a prank. We'll come back in a bit." I stared at those words, and for the first time in 4 years of marriage, I didn't feel angry. I felt nothing. Stay with me, because 5 years later, when that same man showed up at my door begging for forgiveness, the person standing behind me made his blood run cold. "Hi, I'm Lena Morgan, 34. And this is the story of how one cruel joke became the best thing that ever happened to me." Let me take you back to how it all started. I met Kyle Thompson when I was 24. He was funny, handsome, and had this way of making me feel like I was the only woman in the world. His brothers, Brad and Chase, were older, louder, and ran a YouTube channel called The Prank Bros. Millions of subscribers, millions of views. Their specialty? Cruel, elaborate pranks that left people crying, screaming, or running for their lives. Kyle worshipped them. Every weekend was a new stunt. Water balloons in the shower, fake eviction notices. Once they hid my car keys the morning of a job interview. I almost lost the offer. But Kyle laughed. "It's just how they show love, Lena. Lighten up." I tried. I really did. I became the cool wife, the one who rolled her eyes and said, "Boys will be boys." But every prank chipped away at something inside me. After 3 years of marriage, I started saving money in secret. $10 here, $20 there, a separate account under my mother's maiden name, Morgan. I told myself it was just in case. I never thought I'd need it. Then came the road trip. Kyle wanted to visit his brothers in Arizona, a family bonding weekend. I didn't want to go, but he begged. "It'll be fun, babe. One last big prank before we start trying for kids." I should have known. We were 3 hours into the desert when Kyle said he was exhausted, pulled into a rundown gas station, asked me to grab him a Red Bull. I walked inside, paid with the last cash in my pocket. When I came out, the truck was gone. I ran into the road, screamed their names, nothing but dust and heat. I waited. 5 minutes, 20, an hour. Every car that passed, I waved like a lunatic. Nobody stopped. My phone buzzed one last time before dying. "Relax, babe. We're just teaching you to loosen up. Be back soon." Soon never came. I sat on the curb. The sun baked my skin. My mouth was sand. A woman in a minivan finally pulled in. 2 kids in the back. She saw me, sweaty, shaking. Tears I refused to let fall. "You okay, honey?" I lied. "I will be." She drove me 2 towns over to a bus station, gave me snacks, a charger, $10. Her name was Marcy. I never forgot her kindness. I used the last of my phone battery to message someone I hadn't spoken to in years. Aunt May. All I wrote, "Can I come stay with you? I don't know where else to go." Her reply came instantly. "Always come home." That night I bought a one-way ticket. As the bus pulled away, I looked back at the fading lights of that nowhere town and made myself a promise. I was never going back. Not to Kyle, not to their laughter, not to a life where my pain was entertainment. The next 5 years were quiet, beautifully quiet. Aunt May's house smelled of lemon polish and fresh bread. I worked at a diner near the ocean. Cash every night. New name, Lena Morgan. No social media. No trace. I saved. I healed. I breathed. Then one slow Tuesday, everything changed again. A man stumbled into the diner covered in blood, collapsed by the counter. Help! I didn't freeze. I grabbed towels, pressed against the wound, called 911, held his hand while the ambulance came. He looked at me with wild eyes. "Thank you," he whispered. His name was Grant. He came back a week later, limping, bruised, but alive, sat in the same booth every morning, ordered coffee, never said much, but he listened, really listened. No jokes at my expense. No need to be the loudest in the room. Just quiet, steady presence. One stormy night, he showed up soaked on Aunt May's porch. I didn't know where else to go. That was the night he told me who he really was. Ex-detective, narcotics division. His partner set him up. They shot him, left him for dead, covered it up as a drug deal gone wrong. He lost everything. His badge, his name, his life. We were both running. Maybe that's why we fit. Years passed. Grant fixed porch steps, carried groceries, held me when nightmares of that gas station came back. He never asked me to be anyone but Lena Morgan. Then one gray afternoon, the doorbell rang. I opened it, and time stopped. Kyle stood there, older, thinner, eyes red. "Lena." My hands went numb. How did he find me? Then I heard footsteps behind me. Grant. He stepped forward, placing himself between us. "Who are you?" Grant asked, calm but deadly. Kyle blinked. "I'm her husband." The word hit like a slap. I stepped out from behind Grant, my voice steady for the first time. "Ex-husband." Kyle's eyes darted between us, then widened in recognition. Because Grant wasn't just my fiancé. He was the detective whose life Brad and Chase had ruined with one of their pranks years ago. The one they filmed. The one that went too far. Kyle's face drained of color. "You," he whispered to Grant. "You're supposed to be dead?" Grant finished. "Thanks to your brothers." Kyle dropped to his knees on the porch. Actual tears. "I'm so sorry. The video went viral. People hated us. Brad and Chase lost everything. I left them. I've been looking for you for a year." I looked down at him, the man who once left me stranded for laughs, now begging on my porch. I didn't feel triumph. I didn't feel hate. I felt free. "You didn't lose me because of one prank," I said quietly. "You lost me because you never saw me. Not once." Grant's hand found mine. Kyle looked up at our joined hands, then at the ring on my finger. He understood. He stood slowly, walked away without another word. He never came back. A year later, Brad and Chase faced court for their final prank. A young woman had a seizure from the stress, almost died. The internet turned on them. Lawsuits, bankruptcy, prison time. I testified, not for revenge, for truth. I told the court about the gas station, about years of cruelty disguised as jokes, about how some pranks don't end when the camera stops. The courtroom was silent. Kyle sat in the back, alone. When it was over, he caught me outside. "Lena, do you hate me?" I looked at him, really looked. "No," I said. "I don't hate you. I just don't know you anymore." I walked away, Grant's hand in mine, the wind in my hair, the ocean in the distance. 5 years ago, I stood at a gas station with dust in my shoes and no one coming back for me. Today, I stand in a courthouse hallway wearing the future I built myself. Kyle watched us leave, the same way I once watched him disappear. Only this time, I wasn't the one left behind. I was the one walking forward. If you've ever been made to feel small, remember this story. Sometimes the people who hurt you the most end up teaching you how strong you really are. Drop a heart if you believe some endings are actually beginnings. Subscribe for more stories where the underdog wins.